Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here at Do It Big. It is time to get into the semifinals of Season 2 playoffs. Tonight, it will be Pokey versus Team Strag. It is a matchup of the second seed and the sixth seed from the regular season. Strag coming out of the quarterfinals with a hard-fought 2-1 series win over Chile's Angels. Meanwhile, Pokecard have been waiting in the wings, courtesy of their second seed. They did get a quarter-final bye, so we'll get to hear from them and see how they've used this little layoff to prepare for this resurgent Team Strag as they look to complete their Cinderella run, beat Pokecard, get into the finals. So, stay tuned for that. Alright, gonna also see if our co-casters are awake slash here. If not, it might be a solo cast, but it is what it is. Okay. See if I have any people in the chat. Right, Meow? Because if we do, we'll have some fun activities as well. As it is the semifinals, we will also, as you guys already know, have the marble giveaways after the games are over. So stay tuned for that, for some exciting marble racing action. Oh, and there is Pizza. Good morning, my friend.
Good.
How are you?
Wait. Morning?
Morning. I think this is
Got me.
about the beginning of our usual hours of operation. So, welcome to the stream.
Thank you,
Um,
thank you.
all right, I'm gonna drop a quick link in Twitch chat as well for the viewers, as we also have some pick'ems set up. So we're gonna have some bets going out. As the viewers, you guys are more than welcome to join in on the fun and maybe win some money out of it. So, Pizza, you should do the same. I don't think you've filled it out yet.
I don't think so either.
Yeah,
Drop it
so
in.
if you look in announcements, there should be a link to a Google form. So you guys, as season-long informed viewers of Do It Big, are familiar with our players here and should have an idea of how these results will pan out. We'll get to see your crystal ball skills. If you can really see into the future, you guys can win some literal money. So, should be fun. As it stands, we're gonna get everybody in here shortly. So Pizza, there you go. Who else are we missing here? We're missing Mist Killer.
I think I have to restart my client.
Okay.
I'll be back up shortly.
Okay, dokie. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we have the lobby set up here. We're gonna hear from both teams as we always do, and then we're gonna get loaded into semifinal 1. So this will be a best of 3. Our finals will be a best of 5. But Pokecard here, as the higher seed, will get side selection. They have chosen blue side for game 1. After that, the loser of the previous game will get side selection for the next game. So Pokecard finished their season, I believe, at 9 and 5. Let me double check that. No, 10 and 4. 10 and 4. So including 3 straight wins after a bit of a late roster swap. Too cool. Their new top laner has been putting in a lot of work here. Meanwhile, for Strag, it literally came down to their final game of the regular season where they came out on top over Double Jungle Gap to put them over support diff on tiebreaker. But they've been just zooming up the, not the standings anymore, but I guess the playoff picture, able to defeat Chile's Angels in the quarterfinals to now book themselves a date here with Pokey Card, and we'll get to hear from them shortly and see just how they're feeling about their little March Madness run they have going on here. Do you see the invite, Pizza?
Yep.
All right, cool.
So hopping and finishing up this pickums.
Very good. And
And
do you know if
we're in.
Chungus is gonna be alive? Is he off work yet?
I'm not sure. I think he's celebrating his birthday today, actually,
Oh
because he
shit.
wasn't able to
Right, right,
during
right,
the
right, right.
weekday.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm gonna check in with both teams, and then we're gonna get interviews going, and then we're going to get this show on the road. So I'll be right back.
And
Hello, hello,
hello.
Hello.
hello. How are you guys doing?
Is the Mac user okay?
Well, I'll know shortly. I haven't checked in with them yet. How are you? Are you guys okay? You guys good to go? You guys
Yeah,
ready?
We are ready.
All right. Sounds good. Lucy, I think you're the only person on your team who hasn't filled out their pickums. You should fill out your pickums.
Oh,
You should.
okay.
You
He
have
has
Okay.
like
no
you have like
confidence if he can't fill it out.
yeah.
Huh?
You have like anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes depending on how long Kevin decides to do his interview. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hello, hello, hello.
Yo!
Oh,
How's it going?
Fuck.
Are you guys ready? Fuck. God damn, Ryan. Sorry. Jeez.
Yeah. Fucking Roger, get the fuck out of our chat. We're
We're
still working here,
fuck is
man.
this
Give us
shit?
fucking 2 minutes. Shit.
I'm
No, I'm
bad. I'm
kidding.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just need to check in with Knock, make sure that his PC is at an acceptable like 70 degrees Celsius.
Isn't that really bad?
69
just-
degrees.
we gotta get
started now.
Yeah, you got the ice packs like loaded. Did you
It
turn
just
it
started.
off?
It just started. I'm not. We don't need the ice packs right now. We're good.
No. You gotta keep
Just
that
get it
shit
off.
cool. Yeah, you should keep that shit cool. So you don't want to cool it once it's already hot.
Dude, it's. My room is straight up 50 degrees right now.
I'm gonna piss. Be right back.
Okay. All right. So you guys are good then.
Yes,
Hopefully.
sir.
All right. So we'll get the interviews going soon.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so both teams should be good to go. We'll give them 1 more minute to say their last rites, and then we're gonna get the interviews going. Wait, Pizza, did you finish season 1 yesterday?
Season 1 of
Mm-hmm.
La Casa de Papel.
Yeah.
I think Ryan at some point AFK'd for a bit too long, and
Oh,
Netflix actually just stopped. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's see what's happened so far. They did the operation something where they just shot randomly and had the hostages scream.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I
they
was there
sent
for
in
that.
the inspector to like stall for more time.
Mm.
What else? He broke into the professor broke into the car, and then spoke to that one guy, the car pound guy in Russian,
Mm-hmm.
to like stop him from doing like the face match or whatever. That was pretty cool.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's get it going. Yeah. Pizza and I last night watching Money Heist or La Casa de Papel. If you guys haven't seen that, you should definitely check it out. Highly recommend. Alright. Interviewees.
Yep, great show.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hello.
Ooh. What's up, Derek?
What's up?
Hello.
Hello, Joel. Hello. All right. I'm gonna wait for the stragglers to straggle on in. Oh, there he is. Kevin
What's up,
himself
Kevin?
in the flesh. Will be joined by Alex as well. Okay, so representing Pokey Card, we have Captain Florzel and Jungler Humble Donut. Meanwhile, for Strag, we are joined by Captain Kevin, aka Anuhea, as well as top laner Algie, aka Alex. Okay, so let's get into it. Semifinals. Joel, your team has been on a bit of a break because you guys have the bye. But I want to give you a chance first to talk about your team's season and describe what it's like playing with the rest of your team and captaining them throughout.
I think we had some ups and downs throughout the season, but overall the team was pretty pleasant to play with, and I think we've been pretty low stress for the most part, which has made it easy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends up tonight.
What's your favorite part about playing with this bunch? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
My favorite part, I think that everyone kind of just is happy letting people pick what they want to do.
Mm.
And kind of just going with it. So we haven't really had too much fighting over like what champions we should play or stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, we've seen that a lot throughout the season from PokeCard, just seemingly almost different compositions every game. So I like that a lot from you guys. All right, Derek, haven't really heard from you on the interview desk too much throughout the season, but this should be a fun semifinal for you. I know that you're familiar with a lot of members of Strag, so what does this series mean for you personally?
I think if we win, it's just something that I could, pull out of the back pocket and say, hey, remember that one time that I beat all of you?
True. Okay. Who are you looking forward to ganking the most?
100% Alex.
Fucking do it.
Oh, okay, let me explain why. Because
Okay.
every time I
Uh-huh.
play solo queue with Alex,
Okay.
before I get to finish my clear, I
Uh-huh.
hear FF go next from Alex because he just loses a trade or something.
Dude,
Uh-huh.
every time I have a jungler like Derek, I want to FF to go next.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
fucking
Are you the solo queue
So-
top laner that's like, dude, FF jungler diff, and it's like it's 2 minutes, like he's still finishing his first buff, and you're just
only
like,
when I have Derek. Really.
only when you have. That's fucked up, dude. That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the jungler side on that one. Not gonna lie. These laners just need to be patient. Just wait for ganks, man. It's not that hard. Just
Yep.
just chill. Just chill. All right. Well, anyways, should be fun as well. A clash of friends. Humble Donut against Kevin, Ryan, and Alex, right? And Nock too, kind of by extension. Okay,
Yeah.
wow. All right. Speaking of then, Kevin, you and your gang of misfits in the semifinals. Let's be honest here. I don't think a lot of people saw you guys in this spot, but what has given you guys the self-belief to really, put yourself in this position after things look so dire, literally up until the last day of the season? And what are you guys going to look to do to continue that momentum?
The gang of misfits. Is that what people are coining us to be?
That's what
right now?
that's what I'm calling it right now. Just not based off your personalities and anything like that, because I think you guys all get along very, very well, but more so just, when you guys play League, it really is just like a bunch of jigsaw pieces that sometimes come together, and then when it just forms Voltron, but sometimes it's just like just a
Bronze Zodiac.
amalgamation. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting about this game, I like to think, and the fact that we're all just freaking chaotic stragglers coming together to even wreck even more chaos to whoever is unfortunate enough to be on the Rift with us. I think that's just so fun, honestly. There's something so sexy about that also. Don't you think? I love making people feel like they're so uncomfortable that they can't even like best hooker mentality. Like, oh man, is he gonna go hook me this time? Is he going to just go for it? And I love seeing that fear in the enemy team, and I'm here for it. It makes it's such a turn on, honestly.
Oh man, true. You know, it's the hot crazy index. If you guys are hot, you have to be a little bit crazy too. Speaking of crazy, Alex, we've seen you make some crazy plays throughout the season. If you guys haven't seen it, I would highly recommend you guys check out the VOD between Andyland and Team Strag to pick up your guys' first win. Some really exciting plays in the top lane. What do you have to say to Derek when he's gonna show up in your lane around the 3-minute mark?
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm not scared of Derek Games. You know, I've seen him. Usually, you get double killed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm not
Ah.
gonna double. Get some bragging rights. It'll be fun.
Some stragging rights maybe too?
Yeah, yeah. Dragon rights. That's
Dragon rights.
Never heard that before, but I like it. Yeah, we'll roll with it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, is there anything you guys want to say to your fans before we get this semifinal rolling here, or should we just get into some League of Legends action?
Oh, a shout out to all the Strag hags out there. Thank you for sticking up with us through day one. You know, we out here rakakakowing all day, every day. Rakakakao.
All right, Rakakakao. Joel, anything you want to say to all the holders of Pokey cards out in Twitch chat?
I don't think we have any catchy slogan like Kevin, but I think you'll find that rooting for us is a little more fruitful than rooting for Strag tonight. So we'll end it with that.
Fruitful. It sounds a little homophobic there, Joel.
What? Oh, because fruity. Got it. Okay. All right. What can't be construed as? Never mind. We're not gonna go there. Okay. Anyways, all right. Good luck to all of you. Let's have some good, clean League of Legends fun. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Right.
Bye.
Okay, here we go. Let's see who comes out on top here in game one. Pizza. Who do you like coming into this series, and what are you looking forward to the most from either of these teams?
See, I feel like either way, it's gonna be just a death ball from one team or the other.
Mm.
You know, like we have some big carry potentials on either team.
Mhm.
You know, like we've seen monster plays from PC Puppy Chow and also Kato just taking over the game with his Olaf,
Mhm.
which was unfortunately for him just banned.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think both of these teams like the scrap. They really thrive in this in the LPL super server environment. We're just gonna see who ends up executing better. And I think it's great that it's you know, we're at the point in the playoffs where it's best of 3.
Mhm.
We can see who can, you know, execute more consistently.
Yeah. We'll also see who gets to make adjustments as well in these best of threes. You know, you can take one L, obviously,
Yep.
and really make some micro adjustments here and there. We saw that for Strag in their series against Chili's Angels. They won their first game, lost game 2, were able to bounce back, pick up that Olaf again after experimenting with a Jax jungle in game 2. So we'll see what kind of adjustments that either of these teams makes if you know, they are backed against the wall here.
We talked about it in that series, and I'm gonna say again, I don't think they should let Olaf through this series.
Mhm.
I think that's top priority in terms of pick fan.
Mm.
And
Now this is
Yep.
interesting. We see a Swain ban being dropped here from Pokecard, and I can't recall ever seeing a Swain pick come out of Strag throughout the season. So maybe some scouting here being done by both teams. Pokecard obviously have had 2 weeks off. Strag have had about a week. So maybe this is something that Strag have been labbing up. So Swing gonna be taken away. And here we're gonna see Hecarim being immediately locked in for Pokecard. Should go in the hands of Humble Donut here, who has played a wide variety of junglers throughout the season. So pretty interesting to see them go with the Hecarim here. We've seen him on Nocturne, we've seen him on Elise, on Udyr, among other things. And we're gonna see here now what Strag decided to respond with. It's gonna be a blind
Pick up the
Cassiopeia.
cast.
Okay. So we're gonna see the Miss Killer Cassiopeia here. Hopefully we've got the technical issues figured out this time, Pizza, or else we might have to talk through another episode of La Casa de Papel to get through the pauses, because that's about how long it took last time.
Honestly, down. Maybe we'll finish season 1. Who
True.
knows? The
Alright.
Hecarim's going to be answered by the Udyr pickup.
Now I don't think we've seen Kato on Udyr.
No.
Yeah. So it will be interesting. Hecarim and Udyr definitely near or at the top of the power jungler tier list here, especially in organized
Yep.
play. So let's see here if Kato can use the Udyr to good effect, or if Hecarim will be able to exert his influence using his far more powerful level 6 spike. And we're gonna get the Urgot locked in here for Too Cool in the top lane. Ryan has really been a nice addition here to the team of Pokecard. Has given them a new dimension as well. Playing more aggressive top laners. So we saw the Volibear being taken away from him, but now it's gonna mean that he goes to his Urgot. Although the champion itself is not as oppressive as it was 2 weeks ago. The 11.5 buff immediately got reverted, right? Immediately recognizing their mistake. So, let's see here what Strag decided to take away. Still ADC and mid lane left up. Okay, we're gonna get the Vlad taken away from the hands of Florizel. Okay, now what I'm curious about as well is what Florizel is gonna pick here, and if they give him a more utility style champion, which he can play, or if he's going to go for more of a carry style. We've seen him go with a Vigar. We've seen him go with Malzahar, both of which are still available. So we'll see here. I personally think Malzahar would be clean here. It'd be really easy with the Hecarim to secure lockdown on a Cassiopeia. But let's see what Strag decided to come out with. Ooh.
Ooh.
Mordekaiser. Speaking of champions, we haven't seen players play yet. Algae here gonna lock in the Iron Man. Oh, what's that?
13.
Oh, okay.
Sorry?
Okay.
Did you catch what he said?
Yeah. So Mordekaiser is Seraphine, I think.
Oh.
Let me double check here. Mord is Seraphine. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we will get the lobby remade after this. We do have placeholders here just in the event of players not owning the champion that their team wants to pick. So that Mordekaiser is not Mordekaiser. But we are going to see the Vigar locked in here for Florizel. Talked about it. Is a decent lockdown option against Cassiopeia, since Cassiopeia is relatively short range. If she walks up, gets put inside the cage, then Hecarim will have a good time knocking Medusa back into his team. See, the last pick here is going to be, though, for Strag, leaving their top lane for last, and it will be Sion versus Urgot. Now, what do you make of that, Pizza? Urgot versus Sion.
I think Sion can definitely survive that lane if he builds tank, and he'll
Mhm.
do fine, just picking up a Bramble Vest. There are some mechanical things to be aware of, like like charging the Q properly to interrupt the E
Mm-hmm.
mid dash. But you know, not a bad lane for Urgot, or sorry, for Sion.
I see.
Yeah, I feel like Pokey Card have drafted a damage threat in nearly every position here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, they're really looking for the kills.
Mm-hmm. So with that, so we're gonna have Urgot versus Sion in the top lane. We'll have Hecarim versus Udyr in the jungle. Veigar versus Cassiopeia in the mid lane. We're gonna have Morgana and who's the AD carry? Kai'Sa. Morgana, Kai'Sa versus Lucian and
Seraphine, right?
Seraphine. Right. All right. So with that, which lane are you gonna have your eyes on, especially in this early game?
Um, that's difficult. I feel like most of the action is going to be around bot lane.
Mm.
Mid, there is uh, there is co-potential. I mean, it's Veigar early.
Mm-hmm.
If Cass brings cleanse, she definitely has the potential to bully Veigar out, especially with jungle pressure. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have to look for the mid 2v2 as
Mm.
well. I think top, as always, is just looking to scale.
Yeah, just be on an
Farm
island
it.
here.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, for me, I
What
really
about
want to
you?
keep my.
Who do you have your eyes on?
I want to see how this jungle matchup plays out here. One thing that I like about both Humble Donut and Kato is that they don't necessarily always just go for the level 4 power clear option, even on champions that can do it. We've
Mhm.
seen both Kato and Humble Donut go for occasionally over aggressive early game plays, but definitely um, are capable of looking for an early level 2 or level 3 gank. So I really want to see how this jungle matchup plays out. Okay, so both comps are now locked in. As you guys are all familiar with at this point, we will also get the channel point bet up and going as well. So let me go ahead and set that one up. There we go. Okay, so everything is locked in. And I'm going to drop one last link here to the pick'ems, okay? Um, So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have some more fun as well with these games, you guys have approximately 3 minutes until the spectator delay times out to lock in your pick'ems. Just a little bit of a fun thing that we're doing here at Do It Big that you guys are more than welcome to get in on. Just some prop bets. Obviously, who's going to win the series, who is going to get first blood, who have most kills, most deaths, etc., etc. You put in a couple bucks. Whoever makes or gets the most correct predictions will walk away with the pot. So just a fun little thing that we do. Okay. Alrighty. So again, the specter delay is ticking down. Let's see how the bets are going. How's your portfolio doing, Pizza?
You know, I've gotten to the point where I've won enough times to
Mhm.
gather the points to feel insecure about betting, and so I have actually not really participated in the Gamba
I
these
see.
past couple games. Yep.
Mm.
Um, that and like honestly, I struggle to really say who has a definitive edge
Mhm.
during the draft phase. Like I feel like these games really could go either way.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
like there's so much great team fight potential on the side of Strag, but like just so much damage from Pokecard's team.
Mhm.
I really have a hard time imagining what's going to happen in these games.
Yeah, there's always a air of unpredictability, especially when Strag is involved. We know that they are capable of some truly beautiful League of Legends, but other times they can look a little bit out of sorts. So we'll see here which Strag decide to show up. Meanwhile, Pokecard have been relatively consistent throughout the season. So that's not to say that they can't also be unpredictable. I think their unpredictability more lies in the different types of compositions they can throw out. We've seen them play traditional front to back. We've seen them play split push. We've seen them play dive. Seems to be a bit more dive oriented here, although there is a little bit of awkwardness with Vigar, but maybe they can also go for picks here as well with Vigar, with Morgana, even with something like Urgot. So keep an eye on that. All right, 30 seconds left on the spectator delay. So, Pizza, who you got for game one?
Oh man, you can ask me that
I
right
am.
off the okay. You know what? I'm gonna say Pokecard
All
for
right.
this one.
Not a
I
Strag
think
hag, huh?
it's an excited. I don't want to close that door either. I just like their comp coming into this game. A lot of damage, and if they execute correctly, if they run these dives, it could be really fun to watch.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Gonna get into game one of semifinals between Pokecard and Team Strag, playing for a spot in the finals. On the other side of the bracket, it will be Double Jungle Gap versus Andyland. We'll have that for you guys on Monday at 7 p.m. PDT. But we'll talk more about that later because it is time to play League of Legends.
So right away, I'm noticing this TP from Misskiller. Definitely not what I expected, considering all the CC from Pokecard. So this mid lane gank is definitely looking a lot more doable for Florizel and Humble Donut. All of a sudden.
Okay, so immediately getting pings here onto the bot Tribush of Pokecard here. Going to be 5 stragglers straggling into Morgana, who immediately binds up Udyr, walks away, does not drop a ward, so going to be able to save that one. Looks like Strag going to go straight in here. No sweepers available, so do get a crucial ward down onto Udyr's red. Florizel still hanging out here. Gonna try to greed for the ward. I think my mic is cutting out. Test, test, test. Is it better? Hello?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's better now.
Okay.
No, I think you were just pointing out the early ward.
Alright. Oh, not able to get enough attack speed. There is Misskiller and Algae. How is it on the stream? Mic is fine. Okay. Alright. So, here we go. Both junglers going to start on opposite sides. Going to be starting on their red buffs. Generally speaking, I believe this favors the Hecarim side of the matchup. Udyr is a stronger early game jungler, so definitely do not want to be meeting the Hobo Bearman in the river here. I'm good, right, Pizza? Just one final check.
Damage. Yep,
Okay,
it's fine now. It might have even been me.
Okay. Ooh. Alright, early binding can be tricked out here by the Scholar. You mentioned it earlier, Pizza. Eyes on this bot lane. Strag already shoving the first wave immediately into Pokecard's tower. So keep an eye on where these bindings land. Morgana can find it. Decent early kill potential.
Yeah, but we've also seen that the Scholar is very familiar with this Lucian pick, and definitely has the potential to outplay that Morgana binding.
Alright.
Especially
Pokey,
if she
so
just keeps throwing them like that.
so far 0 for 3. Binding gonna be black shielded just in time by Pokey. That would have been a snare landing onto Puppy Chow potentially. So good stuff there. Lucian though taking a lot of trades early on. Seraphine does have a little bit of sustain once she picks up the W, but need to be careful for that.
They're definitely not respecting the Kai'Sa damage there. Once you dash past your minion line and Kai'Sa can get that isolated Q damage on you where all the missiles hit, it's a lot of damage and honestly none.
Ooh, alright. Binding gonna land onto Pokey there. Both junglers here able to do the level 4 camp that I said earlier. They don't always do, but both gonna opt for it here. A more consistent safe option, and so we'll see now if the junglers decide to take the early recall or if they decide to look for a potential gank. Hecarim is starting his recall in the top side dot bush, but looks like we're gonna get a relatively free. Okay, Lucian gonna dash in though. We're gonna flash the bind as well. Binding gonna not lag, gonna be forced to heal from Puppy Chow. Now Lucian needs to be careful. Kai'Sa passive going to proc there. Both summoners used by Lucian. All but flashed used on the side of Pokecard. Interestingly here as well, Seraphine going with the exhaust over the ignite, so not particularly kill oriented, but we'll see if the exhaust can be used to good utility here. Does have a lot of value against someone like a Hecarim or a Veigar, as the Primordial Burst ultimate is relatively slow traveling. So if you can land a crucial exhaust, it can cut a lot of damage coming in from Pokecard.
Yep, and Haya just slowly running out of mana, and at this point in the game, not really able to bring Lucian back to full life. So they end up just getting zoned from the creeps.
Yep.
Right now.
So Kai'Sa starting to creep ahead a little bit on CS. Going to be offset somewhat by the CS differential so far in the top lane, although Urgot will be able to pick up this wave crashing into his tower. But yeah, otherwise, again, relatively stable early game. Neither jungler really opting to poke their head into the lanes here. And gonna probably going for synchronized builds as well. Udyr with the double ruby crystal, Hecarim with the double ruby crystal, probably gonna be building that Balmy Cinder, which should also indicate that he is going for the Turbo Chem Tank build, which has been so popular of late, as opposed to the more traditional Divine Sunder or Triforce build that we've seen Hecarim's usually build in the early season.
Yep, definitely just the super tanky, go fast utility build.
Speaking of go fast, Udyr here in the bot lane has not recalled yet. Binding gonna land onto Morgana, who does not have flash, remember, and first blood will go to Kato. So those of you who had Kato as your first blood pick in your pick'ems, congratulations. That's 2 points earned for you guys.
Let's go!
And we're gonna see the Hobo Bearman. That was actually a Udyr that had not recalled yet. So taking his first recall at 6 minutes, gonna prove to be a wise call, as Kato is able to buy some space for Strag's bot lane. They were down a lot of CS, still are actually, as Kai'Sa is up 51 to 34 right now. It's gonna be even more once she picks up this next wave potentially.
I'm just gonna let that slowly bounce back.
Well, meanwhile, going to be in the mid lane. Here we go. Onslaught of Shadows going to now slam Cassiopeia into the cage. Going to be followed up by that Primordial Burst coming in from Florizel. And you called it earlier. Pizza, without cleanse, is going to be super hard for Cassiopeia to play this lane. And Humble Donut immediately dinging level 6 and using that ultimate mid to pick up Mistkiller, who's hopefully has a normal CPU temperature today.
Yeah, we're seeing the power of the early clear of Hecarim, able to use power farm 6 and hit it just as soon as his laners do. TP gonna come in from Algae.
Alright, here we go. Cage gonna land onto Lucian, but now the Sign going to come in, trying to be looking for Veigar up here, gonna be forcing the flash. Meanwhile, Humble Donut able to find Or not, Kato able to find Humble Donut, excuse me. Now the Florsal on the run here. Here we go. Gonna be a kill handed over to Cassiopeia. Morgana go down as well. 3 kills in favor of Strag here. And that TP coming in from Algae, dissuading the early Cloud Dragon attempt coming out from Pokey card. Gonna mean that it's gonna be Strag's Cloud Dragon here. Along with 3 kills. This Udyr now 3-0 and 0. Woo.
Yep, Humble Donut just a bit low after that mid lane gank, and Kato with the flash able to run him down and burn him with the Phoenix stance.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed this is Scion with unsealed spellbook. He has exhaust now.
Yeah.
Maybe looking for a bit of 1v1 action here. We'll see what's going on.
Well, it won't be a 1v1 for Too Cool because Cassiopeia is slithering her way up here. Urgot does have flash. Exhaust going to be used here, trying to slow the crab as he tries to walk away. Here we go. The knockup going to come through. No flash being used. Can't use it on top of the Miasma. Going to mean that Sion picks up a kill with the help of Mistkiller and that exhaust from the Summoner Spellbook. Here we go. Now the Coley going to land straight onto Pokey, who does flash just in time. We also saw the Encore being used there by Anuhea, but it was not extended by his teammate there. So that's going to be a crucial 3-minute cooldown expended here. So we'll see if Humble Donut can maybe take advantage of that. Udyr, though, is hanging around, is not on vision, can play for a potential dive here. Pokey is slowly walking back, but ooh, Kato, I don't think spotted that. Now,
just unfortunate vision play right there. If he knew he was backing right there, that could have been a kill or a dive.
Oh yeah. As it stands, it means PC Puppet Child will have to defend 1v2 in the bot lane. Solution will be able to pick up 1 plate here at least. There it is. Okay. Looks like the emphasis here from Pokecard so far is going to be in the mid lane. Hecarim is hanging around here, taking the top side crab as well. So keep an eye on that. Mistkiller crucially does not have flash for the next 2.5 minutes, and we already saw the interaction with Hecarim plus the Vygar Cage. Just so much lockdown available for a relatively immobile champion in Cassiopeia.
So Udyr doing Udyr things, zoning out the enemy mid laner. Maybe holding the wave, maybe just taking it from Mistkiller. Alright. Gonna accelerate his own gold lead to almost 10k, or no, sorry, 1k right now.
I was like, holy shit, this is insane. Speaking of insane, Sion has been landing some massive Qs onto Urgot here. Does have the onslaught available here, and now gonna go in. This crab gonna be overextended. Hecarim gonna try to come in to turn around. Urgot going very low, but now the Sion gonna flash in. One last auto able to pick that one up, and now Hecarim needs to be careful as the bear stance comes in. Alright, hold on in the bot lane. Meanwhile, Mistkiller gonna go in for the dive onto Puppy Chow. Gonna be a massive petrifying gaze, but where's the follow-up? It's gonna be Anuhea with the Qs over the top to pick up PC Puppy Chow there. Good roam coming in from Strag. It looks like Chaos is reigning supreme as both the top and the bot lane see action. Now gonna Lucian flash over the Morgana binding, but that was a little over aggressive from the Scholar, although it did look really, really cool. We're gonna see here Pokey decides to stick around, because if she does, needs to be very, very careful. All 3 members still hanging around here. Mistkiller actually gonna cancel his recall as well. Now Pokey up against his level 7 Seraphine, who now flashes in with the Encore. Gonna be soloed out. Support on support crime. Kevin able to pick up a solo kill onto Pokey. Meanwhile, Pokecard here don't really have a lot of counter punches. Mistkiller still sticking around, trying to pick up even more plate gold. Means that Vygar's going to get a lot of uninterrupted time in the mid lane to stack up those AP stacks. Wow. Okay, so Pizza, you said that Pokecard was your pick. How confident are you feeling right now?
Well, actually, you know, I don't actually remember who I had as a winner for this series.
In your pick'ems?
Yeah, I just know I had Kato as first blood.
Did you really?
Recipient, yep.
Oh shit.
Yep.
All right.
They call me Nostradamus, but it's definitely looking like a classic Strag snowball right here.
It definitely
Excellent
is.
map movements by Mistkiller, by Kato, really knowing where to be at the right time. We'll see if Pokey Card is able to stabilize from here. Like their one shining hope right now is that this Vagar is still free farming. Definitely
And
still even in the game. About to
Yep.
pick up some plates, maybe a lot
oh,
of members.
Petrifying Gate's gonna go just short, not gonna land onto Florizel there. Now needs to be careful, the cage is gonna land onto Mistkiller, but there's Anuhea here. Alright, the Rip Help did get dropped though. Alright, now Udyr gonna come in though, here we go. Vygar trying desperately to flash away, one more Phoenix Auto, not gonna be enough. Oh, it's gonna be a massive shutdown onto not onto Humble Donut, picked up by Humble Donut
Kato.
onto Kato. So, just a little bit too deep from Udyr there, gonna mean that the jungler of Strag does end up getting shut down, and you mentioned it earlier, Pizza, but the one shining hope for Pokecard is gonna be this Vygar, who did get 3 plates, and the other 2 were picked up courtesy of the first Rift Herald of the game by Humble Donut. So it's gonna mean here that it's actually gonna be only a 1,000 goldie despite this relatively lopsided kill score.
Yep, Hecarim is able to pull completely even with Hecarim in terms of gold with just that one shutdown. So that's going to be huge for him.
Oh yeah.
We'll see where he decides to take that lead, or if they continue to just like play it slow, let this Vagar free farm. Will be second dragon started by Kato here.
Yep,
Looks
gonna be
like
a teleport coming in from both Cassiopeia and Scion here. Wow, Strag really love their double TP plays. Gonna mean that the second Infernal Dragon, or second Dragon of the game, the first Infernal, will be picked up here by Kato. But that's a lot of resources now pulled down here by Strag. Need to get back up here because again, plating is now fallen off, but gonna mean that turret damage is going to be higher here for this Urgot. And if they can pick up some... Oh, hold on. Udyr here going to be able to find Morgana, who does have the Black Shield available, trying to clear out this war. Now going to try to flash to safety, but the Bear Stand's going to now come through. Going to be handed over to Mistkiller here. Meanwhile, Humble Donut going to be now found out. Going to be a flash coming in from Udyr, but this Hecarim is so very fast with the Ghost. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Cage going to land onto Mistkiller. I know follow-up damage there, but Urgot, again, just being left alone in the top lane. Strag picking up kills, but it's going to be Pokecard picking up the gold here. So again, despite this kill lead, it's going to be relatively even in terms of gold for Pokecard.
Yep. I think Pokecard, they're recognizing that they haven't been winning these chaotic 5v5s at Dragon, so maybe opting for just letting Too Cool crawl his way back into this game has been the focus of quite a few ganks and roams, and from that he's able to pull even in gold.
Yeah.
At the very least. Taking the tower, they do trade it for the bot tower though.
Alright, Lucian now going to go in. Encore, though, would have been black shielded by Morgana. And now Lucian going to walk into the edge of the cage. Going to be that Scholar going to go down here. That's so unfortunate. Now Seraphine going to eat the Onslaught of Shadows as well. Anuheda should go down here. Going to try desperately to get to the wall to flash over, but not going to be able to get to it in time. Going to be a double kill here in the mid lane in favor of Pokecard. Now they're bearing down onto this mid tier 2. Mistkiller is here. Cage gonna come down, binding landing on to Kato. No Primordial Burst available. And now the Sound gonna come in, picking up. Oh my goodness, just barely gonna not hit Puppy Chow here. Now they're gonna force the teleport though, coming in from Too Cool. Now the Petrified Gate is gonna put Urgot onto the edge of tower range. Gonna mean that the Twin Fangs are gonna sink its ways onto the little crab kill here for Mistkiller. And now Lucian and Seraphine are both spawned here for Strag.
Florizel, they're running out of mana at just the worst time possible. Means that there's no damage follow-up, even though he landed a good cage onto Mistkiller there. In the end, gonna be a 2-for-1, I believe, in favor of Pokecard.
Yep. Okay.
Blue buff gonna be handed over, although they do lose all mid lane control. Healthy chunk of damage done. They might even decide to take this as Florizel chooses to go for the recall.
Alright, it's actually going to force the teleport coming in from Florizel. No Encore available. We gotta get out of that cage. Gets out just in time. Pokey taking a decent amount of poke as well. No pun intended. Alright, so as we prepare for a potential Mountain Soul point. Hold on, gonna be Anuhei here walking into Humble Donut. Gonna try to flash away, but now gonna be knocked not directly in, but still going very, very low here. We're seeing the downsides of this Turbo Chem Tank build. Not as much damage from the Hecarim as you traditionally see. Gonna mean that Anuhea just has to blow flash to get out from the Hecarim there. again, all eyes here gonna be on this potential Mountain Soul point for Team Strag, and we're seeing that death ball that you called out earlier, Pizza, already coming in around the 18-minute mark. All 5 members of Strag just straggling around here in Pokecard's topside jungle, looking for picks, seeking a pick sign. Now gonna go in, gonna land onto Vigar here, gonna be followed by, oh no, the flash gonna be just enough to get away from the knockup, but now Sion going to find a lot of success with the help of Kato. PC Puppy Chow going so very low as well. Now Hegum gonna be running for the hills as well. Gonna be a flash coming in from the Scholar to find PC Puppy Chow. 2 members are now dead for Pokecard. Unfortunately for them, Baron is still a minute and a half away from spawning.
Yeah, I really like this from Team Strag. You know, recognizing what objectives are up, what they want to play for, and just sending all 5 members to secure that area. It seems that at each stage, Pokecard is just one step behind. You know, they don't have the vision, they don't have the team, and slowly getting picked apart.
Yeah. All right. So the Rift Herald will get picked up with about 30 seconds left on the Dragon timer here. Let's see if they decide to use it immediately to get some priority in one of these lanes, or if they decide to hold it. But as they take the resets here, Team Strag, it will mean that Pokecard are going to be first on site to the Dragon. Let's see if they can set up some poke, some lockdown here with the Morgana binding, with the Vigar cage. If they can, definitely still able to fight this one out. But here, Algae here needs to be careful. Alright, so we're going to get a full 5v5 here. Cage going to be using a very nice little choke here, but San going to go in and going to get immediately stopped. Going to go very low, going to go down immediately, shut down here for Floresville on this side. Meanwhile, the Too Cool going to be taken down here. Miss Killer going to be trying to deal with Humble Dota, but it doesn't matter here. Strag are able to pick up Morgana here. Pokey going down there, PC Puppy Chow and Floresville are going to be wondering where the front line is. Kato here now beating down onto Mountain Dragon. Looks like retreat going to be the call for Pokecard. So it's going to mean that Strag are going to be on Soul Point at 20 minutes into the game, and now Baron is spawning as well. Let's see if they decide to go for that. Hecarim is a little bit overextended. Udyr does have the Turbo Chem take. Going to be a race of Hobo versus Bear. Going to be won by the Hobo. Udyr with the Turbo Chem tank. Let's see if the second Bear stance can come in. Let's see if enough lockdown comes in. Seraphine on the way as well. Encore going to be juked out here from Humble Donut. Now going to be Vigar coming here to try to help. Oh, Kato going to just barely flash away from the Primordial Burst. And now Pokey, though, is respawned. Let's see if another cooldown comes in. PC Bubba Chow going to be looking for Udyr instead of going forward to Seraphine. But now it's going to be Misco going to be flipped in by Too Cool. And it looks like Team Strag going to be a little bit overextended here. Okay, so Pokecard able to respawn in time, and now let's see if they are the ones who decide to go for Baron.
Yeah, and that was just Team Strag's aggression, you know, getting the better of them there. They saw horse meat on the menu, but maybe just chasing a little bit too far.
Yeah. Oh, and now Seraphine going to be yoinked in by Urgot. There it is. Going to be a K-pop star ground down by the Urgot ultimate. And now the Baron going to be picked up here for Pokecard as well. Although Pokey did get picked up for Team Strag. And now it's going to be Urgot falling as well. Sion going to die, but going to come back alive with a passive. And now it's going to be both Vigar and Kaisa stuck in the back of the pit here. Scholar going to go in. Now trying to pick that one up. Going to dash into the cage, however. Going to be in that. The Dark Matter landing from Vigar able to pick that one up. Kato, though, will be able to pick that one up eventually. Meanwhile, Miss Killer not interested whatsoever in joining his team. Going to instead drop the Herald mid onto this inhibitor turret. Should be able to pick that one up with a couple more autos, but needs to be respectful of this Hecarim, who does have the Onslaught of Shadows available. And it's immediately going to be used. Petrifying Gaze did get used as well. Going to be his match of CC, but it's not going to matter as Humble Donut should be able to pick this one up with a couple more autos. Now, Udyr going to come in with a couple more Phoenix stances, but Pokecard here looks to have mounted a successful defense and crucially still have a Baron available for Hecarim. Wow. Just chaos unbound in this game, Pizza.
Definitely. And this is kind of what we've come to expect from Team Strag, and it seems like they're getting just better and better at executing this type of gameplay with each series we see from them.
Yeah, but as we've seen, it's not perfect. So if you're Pokecard, you can still take advantage of this chaos. Try to manipulate it in your favor. We've seen Strag here overextend on a few occasions now and blow some crucial cooldowns. So let's see here if Humble Donut can land some good Onslaught of Shadows. If they can really get Floorsville into the game on this Vigar. Let's take a look at the Vigar stacks right now. Sitting at 224 bonus AP, nothing to scoff at. Roughly 10 bonus AP a minute. Gonna mean that if this Vigar can land his burst onto Lucian or Cassiopeia, doing so much damage.
Yep. So just going forward in these fights, I really want Pokey card to recognize something, and that is that Hecarim ult shouldn't be used to dive all the way into the backline. There's only one person, and that's PC Puppy Chow, who can follow up. You know, but all of your damage is on Florasol, and Vigar damage is it comes in chunks. You know, like you drop the cage. If it hits someone, you can drop your W and your Q, maybe your ult, but like there's really no consistent follow up onto backline from this Vigar.
Right. Yeah, so with this tank Hecarim build, as you said already, it'd be nice to see him peel, right? We've seen Hecarims generally be used as initiators. Hold on, speaking of initiation, ooh, Zion gonna crash immediately into the wall there. Algae, maybe a little bit of drunk driving coming out from the Scion conductor. Okay, gonna mean that the crucial initiation ultimate is not available, but doesn't seem to matter for Alge as he just walks straight into Floorsville and company. Gonna go very, very low, but now the Encore gonna land on the Puppy Chow here. Let's see if the follow comes through. Onside Chow's gonna do a lot of work, but now it's gonna be Hecarim getting sent to the glue factory, but so much damage now gonna come in. Both Anuhea and Alge are already down here for Strag. Now though, we're gonna be taking up 3-man cage coming in from Floorsville. We're seeing the power of the Scion cage. The Lucian gonna flash in with a double auto coming in from the Life Slinger passive, gonna be able to pick up Puppy Chow. Let's see if Floorsville is able to eke this one out. Gonna be a binding landing, but now it's gonna be Kato over the wall, landing onto the little, I was about to say the little Master of Evil, but it's not gonna be enough here from Pokecard. Again, this chaos, so many angles for Strag, able to converge onto the backline of Pokecard and lock them down, and with that, Udyr should be able to secure Mountain Soul for Strag.
And Strag there just really knowing what distance to play at in these team fights. Like we saw like a couple of cages landing onto the back line, but you know, like the Scholar was just far enough away that the Udyr and the Scion were able to provide the distance so that, you know, the Vigar was not able to drop all his burst onto him.
Alright, so Mountain Soul will get picked up here at 25 minutes. If you're Pokecard though, I really think that this is still a very, very winnable game. Mountain Soul, generally speaking, probably the weakest soul in the game. It's just an extra shield. The resist though do help. It's going to mean that Sign and Udyr are going to be nigh unkillable for Vigar. Kaisa does have the Lord Dominic's Regard as a second item, so has a good amount of tank killing capabilities. But they're going to need every single last second necessary for these cages, for these autos from Kaisa to come in, or else it's going to be a really uphill battle. But they are still really close, only 2,000 gold behind despite this relatively lopsided kill score and dragon score. And as we all know, Vigar is going to infinitely scale throughout the game. And it's also going to open up with the potential for an early Elder Dragon that can really tip the scales back in Pokecard's favor.
Is Serpent's Fang Kaisa a thing?
No. Ooh. Speaking of, alright, here we go. We're going to be engaged from Sign, landing on the floors. We're going to be huge onslaught of shadows to dissuade the Strag backline from coming back in. But now Hecarim going to be overextended, going to be ground into glue here. Too cool, short to follow, and now Puppy Chow. Ooh, almost got knocked up here by the Sign. Going to try his best to kite away, but look at this Mountain Soul. They're going to mean that none of this damage really is sticking. Pokey going to eat a couple autos from the Lucian as well, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Strag, who also pick up a mid lane inhibitor. And now we're really going to see these turrets fall into side lanes for Strag.
So it seems like we're having both of the frontliners on either team just dive straight into the back line. But you know, Strag with the Mountain Soul, with all their fed tanky members, you know, they're able to come out on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pokey card. TP coming in to secure Baron control. We'll see if they decide to just start it here. Strag still sticking around though.
Yep.
Recognizing that that is a potential threat.
Not a whole lot of gold in Strag's pocket, so they are comfortable sticking around here. Lucian is sitting on about 1,500, but other than that, more than happy to dance the Baron dance. Instead, Kato just going to run very, very fast towards Too Cool and Pokey. Now it's going to be the Urgot going to be locked up here. Good night, Too Cool. Crab has been on the menu throughout this game. Unfortunately, Urgot now at 2 and 8. Not really working out thus far, and this pick is going to give Strag the confidence to now start on this Baron. Alright, let's see if there's going to be any hint of a contest coming out from Humble Donut. Looks to not be the case, so Baron will be picked up here. Strag now on a 3,000 gold lead. Let's see here how they decide to use this Baron. Again, all 3 turrets in the top lane are still up here for Pokecard, although not for long, as it looks like Strag just going to stick around. Lucian here going to take away the red buff before rejoining his team, probably. Although again, they haven't reset yet. They all have a lot of gold.
Yep, and they're in a really comfortable position here. They don't really have to force anything. Looks like they're all gonna finally reset here. We're probably gonna just see a 4-1 with LG splitting with his TP. Although with Strag, you never really know. They might just decide to group 5 and run it straight down.
You never know with Strag. Can't put it any better myself. This unpredictability, this chaos has been in full swing this game. And if you're Pokecard, you gotta ask yourself, is it really better to try to beat Strag at their own game? To me, the answer is no. You gotta figure out your own play style here. Gotta get Florizel into the game a little bit more. We saw it early on. Humble Donut immediately upon ding level 6 just goes on to the Cassiopeia, but since then, it's been all Team Strag. This Udyr has been unchecked, running rampant throughout this game. And let's see here if Kato is able to find some more successful engages onto Pokecard, as all 5 members here now piled onto the bot lane.
I think we're starting to see that that Pokecard, or sorry, Strag is a bit too far ahead.
Hold on,
right
Encore
now.
gonna land onto 2 here. Gonna be Hecarim and Morgana eating that one. Meanwhile, gonna be a cage used to try to disengage, but again, Crab already down here. Humble Donut short to follow. Algae gonna be the sacrifice though for Strag. And this cage is going to be able to lock up some people, but now it's going to be Vigar stuck by himself under tower. We're going to go golden, but it's going to be the Scion passive tanking this. Got quadra kill handed over to the Scholar, and that should be game, ladies and gentlemen. We already have super minions beating down onto the Nexus turrets of Pokecard here. And looks like the Strag train continues rolling on. Going to pick up a game 1 win over Pokecard. GG. Okay, so if we take a look at the predictions, actually, wow, Strag heavy favorites in the betting here, 72-28. Although it's actually less people that bet on Strag, the people who did bet on Strag put up a lot more points, going to be taking a lot of channel points away from those that bet on Pokecard. GG. Alright, let's take a look at some of the plays from this game as we give both of these teams time to regroup for game 2. So, we saw what happened here. Alright, so after Pokecard were able to pick up a kill on the Cassiopeia in the mid lane, Humble Donut going for the Dragon, but going to mean that the Scion TP is in. Udyr able to pick that one up. Meanwhile, Florizel can be left out to dry, and this really started the snowball for Strag, as they were to pick up 3 kills. Udyr was 2 of those, so able to pick up the first dragon and really start the dragon stacking here for Strag. Again, double TPs used there, just chaos in its in its purest form, really. All right, let's take a look at what happened. Big play, big play, big play. All right, for Pokecard here, able to stay relatively even in gold again, despite this kill deficit, and we saw them take advantage of over-aggression here coming in from the Scholar. Unfortunately, walked just onto the edge of the cage there, and then Humble Donut able to find the Onslaught of Shadows onto Anuhea as well to pick that one up. Let's take a look at what happened here. Again, overextension. Alright, so Cassiopeia gets picked up here, but let's keep an eye on what happens after this, because a lot of low HP members here for Strag going to give Pokecard the confidence to start on this Baron. But as we saw with the Dragon, just going to be too much time spent trying to kill objectives, going to mean that Scion and Udi are able to get back onto the scene in time. Oh wait, hold on, what happened here? Okay, let's see what happens. Another crucial pickup here onto Seraphine from Too Cool. But yeah, the Scion going to come in, slam straight into the wall, unfortunately. But Pokey going to be overextended, going to be the first casualty there. And all low HP members going to be going down from Pokecard. It's going to mean that Hecarim was the only one who came away with Baron at the end of the day. And unfortunately for Pokecard, they were not able to really get this Vigar into the game. We saw how much damage it can do, but that brutal exchange ended up really favoring Strag at the end of the day, even if Cassiopeia does end up going down here to Humble Donut at the end of it all. Alright, we'll take a look at one last team fight, and then we'll wrap up game one here. And again, just look at the chaos. Pan all the way out. So I'm going to go very, very aggressive. Looks to be a decent front-to-back situation here for Strag. Urgot, though, unfortunately, just to be a little too late to the fight. And now we're going to watch Kato wrap all the way around eventually. Going to be trying to run away. Lucian coming in with the Gale Force plus the auto attack. And then the Udyr taking the Blast Cone. Oh no, oh, does he take he does take the Blast Cone, okay. Able to find Florizel here, who lost track of him. And yeah, just crazy amounts of action in game one. Let's see how Pokecard decide to adjust as Strag put them on series point. Okay. Strag way more coordinated than I've ever seen them before. True. Which is also surprising because I feel like they're still relatively uncoordinated. But it's just organized chaos, I guess. Alright. So, take one last look here at the damage charts here. Vigar leading the way for the entire game, actually. Although was able to rack up a lot of cheap damage onto Udyr and Scion, to be fair. Meanwhile, the Scholar, with his aggressive Lucian play, leading the way here for a Pokecard. Wait, no, for Strag, excuse me. And Cassiopeia not too far behind either. Alright. And get ready for game two. Here we go. Got the invite. Pizza. Get you in here.
Thank you.
Alright. Whew. Okay. Pizza, what do you make of game one?
I think that just came down to Strag executing what they do best perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the big question now is, how do Pokecard respond to this? What adjustments they make in either pick ban or in game? What are your thoughts? What do they have to do in order to come back?
I think, if you're going to pick something like Vigar in the mid lane, ideally with like a little bit more front line in front of him, a little bit more lockdown. As it stands, Urgot, especially if he's behind, is not the tankiest champion. So maybe less damage threat in the top lane. A Volibear would have been nice, but we saw that get banned away by Strag, so they did their homework there. But yeah, you mentioned it earlier. Vigar needs time. He needs he does his damage in bursts. So if your Pokecard you gotta play around that win condition a little bit better. It's really hard to do that, obviously, when you're someone like Hecarim, like Urgot. You just want to get in there and just get all your damage out as soon as possible. So
Right.
I think maybe their composition needs to be oriented a little bit better. And I think as well they need to set up some better vision control. Vigard does really, really well, obviously, when people walk into him and they can't walk out of the cage in time. But we didn't really see a lot of picks being set up there by Pokecard throughout the game.
Like we're starting his computer.
Of course.
And it's shout out to Nog. He seems to be able to keep his Mac under control today.
His $13,000 Mac, God bless. ARAM, anyone? Down. True. Okay. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, remember we will also be having a RP giveaway after the stream is over, or after the games are over, excuse me, not the stream. So stick around for that one. For those of you who have just tuned in, thank you to Rhino's stream and Shifi22 for the follow, and Philly B Esports for the one-person raid as well. Appreciate that. But if you guys are just tuning in, you are watching the semifinals of the Do It Big Invitational. It is a little league tournament that we've hosted for the better part of now 3 months, actually. What a journey it's been. But it's an 8-team tournament between good friends here who all love playing League of Legends, who love playing in-houses. So we set up this tournament, and after a 14-game regular season, we are now into a 16 playoffs. The quarterfinals were last week, and this is the first semifinal, our second semifinal on Monday, and then we are on our way towards the Do It Big Championship next weekend. Strag here knocking on that door with this Game 1 win. And what a story it's been for them. Coming into the last literal day of the season, they were at 3-10, needing 2 wins and a faster win than support diff to get into the playoffs. But all the stars seem to be aligning for Anuhea and his team. Able to pick up a quarterfinal win over Chile's Angels, and now are on the verge of a semifinal win over Pokecard, who, let's be honest, were probably favorites coming in, but all that has been thrown out the window with this huge Game 1 performance coming out from Strag.
Yep, all the momentum has definitely been behind them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if Pokecard have anything to offer.
Okay.
In terms of resistance.
Indeed. All right, so we're gonna get to Game 2. Pokecard, as the losers of Game 1, have elected to stay on blue side here for Game 2, and piece we've talked about adjustments, changes. Let's see what Pokecard have deliberated over in this break. This Olaf's still going to be consistently taken away. I still like that, and we're going to see if Strag maintain their ban strategy as well. Seems to be yes.
But I've noticed that the Scholar has been able to get his hands on Lucian consistently. Do you think that's wise, leaving that pick open for him when he's clearly so familiar with the champion?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's that scary. I know it's a comfort pick for him, but I think it definitely can be taken advantage of. We saw in Game 1, it's played very aggressively, and I think that Pokecard have the, I think they have the game sense to be able to recognize that and then take advantage of that and turn it into over aggression.
Right.
We didn't really see Hecarim show up in the bot lane throughout the early game. So we'll see here Home Donut maybe pays a little bit more attention to this very aggressive lane coming out from Anuhea and the Scholar. Okay, we have a DM
Right,
here.
so they decide to ban out the Hecarim themselves. Maybe it's going to be a return to Vigar, and we'll just see a team comp that
Ooh.
enables him better.
Okay, so first adjustment here is going to be to take Udyr out of the hands of Kato, with Olaf and Hecarim off the table as well. Let's see what Kato decides to respond with. Meanwhile, for Anuhea, speaking of banning themselves, going to be a Seraphine taken away so that they can lock in the Swain.
Whoa.
So, these micro adjustments going to mean counter punches being thrown here. We saw Swain get banned away by Pokecard in game 1. Now that's not banned away, going to be locked in by Anuhea. I think we're going to see a Swain support